hurry up and awaken the crystal before we are beset by more beasts!
Of course.
Not yet! Just a little longer! More! Keep going! Still not enough! You can do this! Stop! That's it! Agnes, stop! I said stop! I told you this is dangerous! Hello? Can you even hear me? Agnes, stop this! You'll destroy the crystal! Stop! Please! You have to stop, Agnes! Why are you doing this?
What's the matter, Agnes?
Should we do something? Do we stop her?
Agnes.
Stop! 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 Before the whole world is destroyed! Please, Agnes! We've worked so hard to save it! Don't throw it all away! Don't you care about your friends? Aren't I your friend too? So please listen to me! Listen to me!
I don't know how this will turn out, but I'm with Agnes to the end.
Count me in too. I won't abandon her.
This is so nerve-wracking. But I trust you, Agnes. Do what you need to do. My father and Master Kami Izumi, they knew. They knew all along.
And yet still, it must be stopped. Edea, Lady Vestal, the crystals, you mustn't.
Father.
Agnes!
I cannot bear to hear of matters so dreadful. For if what you say is true, then
Forgive me. I never wished to put you in this position. But I cannot believe Ringabel would lie to me. Not about something like this. That's why.
You trust Ringabel then?
I do. I trust Ringabel, along with Edea, and you too, Agnes. I trust you all.
Very well. Then I shall trust in him too.
Thank you.
Agnes! Don't listen to her! It won't be long till she reveals her true colors!
True colors? Road,
Enough lies! I've finally remembered everything! The creature I saw slaughter Edea that day.
The evil one?
Yes! And that evil one is you, Airy!
And you'd all come so far. What a waste. But oh well.
Agnes! I think this really will destroy the crystal. Are you sure about this?
I intend to destroy the crystal! That is what I must do! Is it not, Tiz?
Agnes, what do you believe is the purpose of the Vestals?
We are the guides who convey the crystal's revelations to the people.
Yes, well, more simply put, a Vestal is one who guides the people.
But what of the crystals?
It's not the crystals that are of importance. What matters is guiding people down the proper path. People are uneasy creatures. They cling to the Vestals and crystals to escape their suffering.
To answer the people's prayers, to Vestal and crystal both. Is that not a Vestal's role?
But care must be taken in doing so. As I said, a Vestal's task is pointing out the proper path. She is not a passive conduit for the people's prayers. And the crystals are not to be seen as absolute. Such is mine and Lord DeRosso's conclusion after 1,000 years observing the orthodoxy and the crystals. Bitter decisions full of sorrow may lie ahead, Agnes. Unavoidable choices. But Tiz will be at your side, come what may. Isn't that so, Tiz?
That's right!
Stop! You really are going to destroy it! This is my last warning! If you don't stop now... Stop! Stop!
This is the fiend's true form. Don't stop, Agnes! Destroy the crystal!
I will!
We'll protect you, whatever happens!
Put your faith in us!
I will!
The air, it's choked with evil!
Don't you recognize me? It's your old friend Airy, boy. And after all the worlds we linked as one, all the battles we fought together, you've seen too much not to understand. The world is not a singular existence. An endless array of lights and darks exist at once. An infinite line of worlds in parallel.
That's obvious enough by now.
And in piercing the walls that divide them, I have gained power. Power beyond the reckoning of mortals. Enough to bring about a grand and final end. To trigger the catastrophe. I owe you a great deal, my friends. For my power alone could not have broken the world walls. Not without the aid of the crystals set to rampage.
Take this!
Then the Great Chasm! That's your doing!
Please don't leave modest? Or have you forgotten your contribution? The lot of you were eager to assist. We tore that void open together, and siphoned through an army of monsters from the nether once more. I'm sure the locals were less than thrilled.
You lied to us!
And you made it so easy. A fine pack of puppets you rot. Not a thought of your own, so eager to obey. Because obeying is so easy. You're never responsible when you're only following orders. And who would doubt what seems so obvious? Who bears the courage to disobey? Precious few. Not one human in 1,000. Now, my lambs, to slaughter!
I've been a fool! How could I have not seen this for the beastly trap it is? Grant me this prayer. If it is not too late, please save this world. Save my friends.
What's this?
Was this right? Mother Vestal? Olivia? Sage? So much hurt, so much suffering in my wake.
Death was too generous a wage for the lowly worms meddling. How dare they! The search for a new Vestal and warriors will hold. I need to first find a crystalline core. To come this far and be denied for another 5 millennia? Fortunately, the crystals that yet remain in this world range out of control. I shall bring the Dark Aurora into being and bide my time within the Great Chasm. Accursed fools!
Open your eyes. Arise, the time is come. There are those who yet fight the darkness and cling to hope. Those who have kept me safe, nurtured me. I now grant the power of their hopes and prayers unto you four. The power to sever the root of this darkness. Receive it now. Rise back to your feet. Arise, warriors of light!
Huh? Am I... Agnes! Edea! Ringabel! Are you alright? Wake up! Please, answer me! Oh, thank goodness. Everyone's okay.
What happened to us?
I destroyed the crystal.
Then Airy turned into that thing.
Didn't we all fall in battle? How are we still...
I feel as good as new.
Did anyone else have a dream? I heard a voice. A gentle voice.
Yes, I heard it too.
Where did it come from?
I believe it came from my pendant. From the crystalline core.
I've never heard of a talking crystal before. Whose voice did we hear speaking?
I remember it sounded like Agnes to me.
Me?
Or the one from the world I came from? No, first things first. Airy is still out there. We have to stop her.
I still cannot believe she's been deceiving us all this time. No, I wish not to believe.
But we've seen her for what she is. The creature that I saw kill Edea bore that same hideous form. I'm sure of it now.
The me from the previous world.
If we fail to act, that fiend will find new pawns to use in awakening the crystals.
This evil chain must be broken, and it's up to us to do it!
Lord DeRosso, there is one last matter I fail to understand.
Why Juliana and I forgave the rebel Templar, even rendering him aid?
Yes.
Juliana and I conspired in a masquerade. He rose through the Orthodoxy's ranks for vanquishing me, and I went into hiding. That was when the first of the Angel's Omens came to be. The land's ringing Eternia began to rise. While the second omen, the Plague, had not yet come to pass, we continued to watch over the crystals and the Orthodoxy. So did 1,700 years pass in relative peace, save for a handful of suspicious crises surrounding the crystals. It was not till 30 years ago that the omens returned as if out of legend. First, the land's ringing Eternia began to rise once more. 10 years later, the Great Plague struck, whereupon I knew the Great Chasm was coming. It was then that we began our preparations to strike. It was evident from this series of events that the crystals were involved in some manner. Before the appearance of the Great Chasm, we would assault the temples and seize the crystals. We readied our forces for this plan. I entrusted the task to the Templar, a former cleric of the Orthodoxy. He was also to lead the newly mustered host.
Father.
While far from infallible, that was the best response I could manage for the coming of the Great Chasm. But I was soon faced with another problem, for the Orthodoxy began conspiring to hold the Grand Ritual in a bid to regain authority.
The Grand Ritual? But that is forbidden! It raises the energy long accumulated within a crystal to a cataclysmic level!
Indeed, and the Templar feared the heavy toll it would exact upon the crystal. He counseled us to dispatch our forces to the head temple with the greatest of haste. Were we to overlook the Grand Ritual and focus upon the coming Great Chasm? Or was the ritual the event that would bring upon the chasm? To wait or attack? The Templar and I could not agree, and so it was. He alone decided to lead a great host against the head temple and the Temple of the Crystal.
That is why my father did what he did?
As I have said before, the Templar is not the sort to send troops into battle over private matters, be they concerned with his wife or not. We threw our backing behind the Templar-led forces. Forever did we believe in his tireless resolve and action. And though the one we backed is the one you have defeated, That is perhaps but a small link in the great chain of events of which the angel foretold. I believe it is time. The sage has already deemed you worthy. 'Tis time I did the same. The forbidden arms the sage took from the Orthodoxy lie sealed away on the Kustra archipelago.
Where is this archipelago?
It is an icy chain of islands north of Florum. The sealed cavern shall rise from a frozen crescent moon.
A crescent moon? And what do you mean the cavern will rise?
Go, and you shall see. The tools of war there were too dangerous to leave in that cult's hands. I only hope they will suffice against the foe you now face.
There it is! The Dark Aurora!
Is Airy inside? But how do we...
Look! A magic circle on the cliff's edge. It may offer a way in.
All right! If everyone's ready, let's go after Airy!
So, you survived, obstinate insects! Still, your luck is my good fortune. You've left me to wait 5,000 years while the next crystal grows. At least I will have your shrieks of lamentation to pass the time.
really you that stands before me? Can you not change back to the fairy we knew?
Agnes, how can you not see it now?
Show her no opening. She'll wield it against you.
But, Airy, did you truly intend for this to happen all along? Tell me it's not so! What of our fateful meeting? Our travels together? Do such things mean nothing to you? If we could go back, if you could turn back into...
What now?
Airy?
Help!
That was Airy's voice!
Agnes!
Don't tell me.
Help me! It's taking control! Can't fight!
Airy!
Is that what you hope to hear?
No!
Humans? Bah! What dull, foolish creatures! Lowly life forms incapable of learning! And a crystal vestal is the worst of the lot! How easy it was to deceive you in the form of a cute little fairy! You repeat the same mistake world after world. Then, too, you trusted me to the very end, denying the truth before your eyes.
No!
At least you're not squealing like stuck pigs this time. Though that's hardly progress.
Airy! In countless worlds you've deceived us! Slain countless innocents! And it is true. I've been a fool the whole while. I still wish for us to be friends, somehow. But I am done playing the fool! We will break this chain! This cycle of misery across thousands upon thousands of worlds!
me so far. But how will you stand up to this? How many worlds has it been since last I took this form? Hundreds of thousands of years have passed without the need. It feels a bit foreign yet, but no matter. Now, you mightiest of all warriors of light, face the full extent of my power!
I ought to have seen through you sooner. I knew of your evils. I ought to have...
You style yourself a hero. Arrogant. You did nothing but stand in awe of my might.
This ends now! I'll never forgive you for violating Agnes' trust!
Always the same. Always about Agnes. I hate that about you most of all.
We first met on that precipice, overlooking the great chasm. You had come forth from the chasm's depths, but you had only just slain us! Our blood had yet to dry!
Indeed, you have served me well. Now, die a clearing death, knowing you served your enemy!
My father and Master Kami Izumi warned us of you. Now, too late. I see the fool I've been.
Those who act by emotion are the easiest to master. I pity your father. To know him, only to be thwarted by his own daughter.
Full power!
Quite tenacious, aren't we? But all your efforts shall be in vain. Shall know your place. This isn't what happens. How are they different from the last?
We'll not stop here!
Warriors of light, mere mortals, pawns! You shall pay dearly for this defiance! My arms, my legs, they fade. So foreign this feeling. Is this defeat? Am I to simply vanish now, after 1100 million years and myriad worlds? What absurd creatures are the race of man? You have won nothing in my defeat. But the great warriors of light are blind even to that. The day will come when all boundaries shatter and his advent comes to pass. Know that I am but an emissary, a humble servant of his. Lord Ouroboros, I have failed in the task you saw fit to give me. Yet still, I pray that in some distant age hence, your malevolence will yet cross over from the beyond.
Is it truly over?
I believe so.
I never expected our journey to end like this.
I wonder if we succeeded in giving hope to anyone.
Of that I am certain. But it cost the lives of far more than we have heartened. It is still hard to fathom that the rite of awakening was an act of worldly destruction.
The crystals are still raging out of hand. If we don't restore them to their natural state... What now?
It's going to collapse!
That's our cue. Hurry, everyone, run!
Look! It's fading away! Lord DeRosso and the Sage? Here? Together? What's brought you here?
Agnes, Tiz, Edea, Ringabel, you have done well.
1800 years have passed since the angel's revelation. And now at last this evil has been severed at its roots. I marvel at the power of youth. I doubt yours is a feat we could have managed.
Now, leave the rest to these two old men.
Indeed, for you have obligations elsewhere.
We do?
The great chasm links all the worlds through which you have journeyed.
Now that the evil one is defeated, it will begin to close. You must each return to the worlds you wish, ere it shuts for good.
The worlds we wish?
This world is a mirror of the one you were born in, but only that, a reflection. You are free to remain nonetheless, or to return to the worlds whence you came.
The choice is yours, but it would seem there's little time to deliberate.
The chasm has begun to close sooner than I had anticipated.
Now, quickly, children! If you would return, make haste! There's no time! You've saved this world and those beyond. Return home with your heads held high.
Thank you for all you've done.
Sage, is that not quite enough?
Just a little longer. This is the last we'll meet.
She may not welcome such affection, and Tiz is staring daggers at you.
Bah, you people are no fun. Well, farewell to you, my angel.
May we meet again, though it may be a different me that greets you.
I will be forever grateful.
Oh, the chasm is closing. Look, it stopped.
They've secured us a road home. I sense the tremendous force of their magic at work.
Well, Ringabel, let's go. Dats, Zats, and the proprietress are waiting.
All right, everyone. Hold on tight!
They've gone?
It would seem so, and with nary a look back.
It was a long battle.
Indeed it was. After 2,500 years, the battle is over at last.
It all must begin with me.
We've returned, Your Highness.
I hadn't dared to hope, but the Warrior of Light returns. A feast! A feast for our hero!
I'll see your ideals given form, Father. I swear.